This is my review of Bleach Chapter 78. The alarm is still going off, and Ganju's subordinates freak out. They reveal it's 9, and now Ganju freaks out and he calls Bonnie. Bonnie jumps over Ichigo, strikes Ganju again. He gets up on Bonnie, he begins leaving. Ichigo tells him to wait, and Ganju leaves, telling Ichigo to wait for him, and then as Ichigo tries to talk to him some more, he doesn't really allow Ichigo to retort. The cover is really interesting, actually. It's like Orihime. She's wearing this white shirt, but it doesn't have any detail on it at all. There's a black splatter in the middle with like the number of the chapter, and then there's a big hypnotic kind of swirl going on around it. Very strange. Ichigo wants to stay and wait for Ganju, and Uryu's trying to get him out of there, and he begins trying to help him and stuff. Orihime comes in wondering what's taking so long, and Uryu asks her to help him pry Ichigo from the building. Ichigo's not going anywhere. Yoruichi ends up clawing Ichigo across the face and reminds him that they came there to save Rukia, so he doesn't have time to be goofing around. He still doesn't move even after being reminded of that, so Yoruichi kind of rams into his head, and then finally he's going. There's some really nice panels. There's one where Ichigo's looking directly up and a lot of detail under his head. There's like really highly detailed grass and trees and stuff. That was pretty cool. Ichigo begins wondering why they haven't reached the place yet, because they've been walking a while. Orihime and Uryu wonder why Kukaku doesn't live in the village. Yoruichi reveals that Kukaku is better fit for living in a deserted place that's quiet. And then Yoruichi sees Kukaku Shiba's home, and it's revealed that Kukaku Shiba's home is 2 giant arms, and his hands are holding a sign above their house that reads Kukaku Shiba, and there's a big smokestack in the background. It's very over the top. It's a pretty funny scene, especially having Ichigo and Uryu freak out about it. Ichigo and Uryu don't really want to go in there because they can't imagine the kind of person who would live in such a place, and they don't want anyone seeing them going in there. And then Uryu kind of takes note of the fact that the smokestack is covered with, for one thing, it's so big for such a small house. Another thing, the whole top is covered in like some kind of a paper or something. So, but as he's wondering about that, 2 large men stop them from even entering the house. They introduce themselves. Ichigo prepares to fight them, but then they see Yoruichi and they let them in anyways. One of the men stand guard while the other one is leading them down the stairs toward Shiba. Kukaku calls out wanting to see the guests, and so he opens the door, and we are introduced to Kukaku, who of course is missing an arm. She has bandages all around that arm. She has bandages on her feet. She has a big cloth around her hair. Looking very rough on her exterior, looking like some kind of a bandit or something. She's got a sword on her bisected arm. I don't think we ever fucking get a backstory for her, why she's missing an arm, what her sword is, anything like that. As far as I know, we don't. And that's definitely a missed opportunity, because hardly anyone in this fucking series has an interesting, like, injury. And if they have one, it's almost always explored, but not hers. That I know of. So Yoruichi prepares to ask Kukaku for a favor, telling her that he needs her to do something, and she says, well, you never come around unless you do need it. So Yoruichi explains what he wants from Kukaku. This is fucking map. Fucking Yoruichi. Kukaku doesn't mind helping Yoruichi, but she doesn't trust the other people, Orihime, Chad, Uryu, and Ichigo. So she says she's going to send her brother with them. Her brother is revealed to be Ganju. He and Ichigo freak out. Because obviously they see each other. I don't know how Yoruichi didn't know that Ganju is Kukaku's brother. That's very strange. But then again, I don't really know what their backstory is. And then there's a really interesting little corner thing about Uryu thinking about Ichigo overreacting about everything and wonders if it's because he's tired or because he's worried about all of them. Kukaku Shiba, I already said, really interesting character design, like all of them, and just leaves loads of questions I don't think ever get answered. I believe she's also a master in Keto, is revealed later. It makes you wonder why, what were her connections. She obviously has to have some kind of connection to the soul, to the Shinigami and to the Seirete. I don't think it's ever like explored. She's obviously inspired heavily by Lisa from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2 Battle Tendency. She's a mentor figure. She's a master of whatever she's doing. She's got these two like big Asian looking bodyguard dudes. Just a fantastic character design. Again, like with Ganju, I don't think she does it. I think she plays some role in the final arc, but being that I haven't read it, I don't really know. And if she does, I'm pretty sure it's a small role. I don't think we're going to get any major backstory or reveals about her. That's Kukaku Shiba. That's chapter 78. Really interesting chapter. I just wish that the characters would have been used better and well in the future. They're fine here.